Okay, hey guys. All right, I'm so excited for tonight to talk about just beginning of the month things like kind of a beginning of the month kickoff and just kind of like resetting tonight. Honestly, I know like I don't know where some of the things that I wanted to speak about tonight are coming from, honestly. I guess just really praying about a topic to touch on and speak on. Maybe someone needed to hear this. But the past 2 weeks, like I said, we've been sick in our household. Like my kids have been down sick, like fevers off and on constantly. And Easton still had a fever today. So it's still an ongoing battle. But like that to say, one thing that I'm so thankful about is this opportunity that we have our hands on. And like being the past 2 weeks, how hard it's just made me sit here and realize like how thankful I am for this business and how much that it can change, our lives and other mothers who maybe struggling to make ends meet or they need an extra income as well. And this can really be the answer for so many. And I know that so many of us know that, but it's just like sometimes I guess you need that reminder and that little like the voices telling you like, wow, I'm so thankful for this opportunity that I have, being able to not have to clock into a job, not having to worry about if your kids are sick, who's going to take care of them. Just being able to be fully present is just amazing. And it's something that I don't know. It just the past 2 weeks, like I said, just a lot has come to my mind. And I've struggled like every day. I usually get up really early to get my tasks done. And now I'm also working a job at home. It's still at home. It's just like a kind of like a call center job. But I just take the calls at home. I have like the equipment and stuff. But anyway, so I haven't been getting up as early to work my business. And I've given myself grace because we have been sick. But I'm ready to get back at it. Like I'm ready to go into this week. Like it's been going on. They've been sick for like 2 weeks, like I said, but I'm still struggling through it. They're still struggling through it, but I'm just ready to be back at it 100% because in July, so I want to talk about some of the things that were on our Monday night Zoom too, whenever I'm touching on this. But someone said, I think this was a couple of weeks ago, but somebody said you need to go from wanting to change your life to deciding to change your life. And for me, that's just so good because like when you say you want this business and you're ready to make a change and so you make this decision to start this business, that's the first step. But when you decide that you're going to be disciplined every single day to work your business and to let this change your life is like just two total different things. I feel like it's the day that you make the decision to start, but that it's the day that you make the decision to let this change your life and to let this be, the vehicle to do that for you. So also one thing about it is motivation. So I really hate the word motivation because it's not about being motivated. And I had a great reminder of that this weekend. We were like trying to clean the house, a good deep clean since everyone's been sick. And I'm just like, nobody feels like doing this right now. And nobody was like moving but me in the house. And I'm like, okay, listen. And my husband said, I'm just not motivated. And I said, you don't have to be motivated. You got to be disciplined. Get up. And I just started preaching to him. But it was just such a good reminder that, you can't be motivated to do this every day. You have to go from taking this from being like a hobby to actually working it like a job. I mean, this is something I love to do. And I do consider it something like, I don't consider it like a hobby, but I know that this is a job that I do love. And it makes me want to do it. but we don't always have that discipline to, or the motivation, I should say, to get out of bed at 5 a.m., 4 a.m. to go work our tasks before our family wakes up, before our kids wake up, before we go clock into another job, you know? So sometimes, yes, Brooke, go ahead.
Well, you can finish your thought. I was just going to say something after that.
Okay, well, sometimes you just have to, remember to be disciplined in the moments that we feel weak, that um we don't want to get up early, or we don't have the motivation to send 30 more messages, or just one more message, just ask one more person, or just make one more post today. Sometimes you just have to go do that extra step or go that extra mile and remember to be disciplined. Okay, I guess that's good for now.
No, you're good. You're good. I agree. I completely hate the word motivation. I wish somebody would have told me like about motivation versus discipline a long time ago. Because you're not going to wake up every single day being like, oh my gosh, I am so excited to message for host post right now. Probably not. Okay. And if you do, good for you. I'm so happy for you. But most of us don't. Okay. But depending on your color personality and depending on your personality in general, what I think you get excited about is the potentials that come from that and the responses and getting all those comments. Because, like, yes, Grace, you totally can. I actually have a question for you about it too. But this is just didn't want to put you on the spot. But when I was doing host post obviously because I do my stuff every day. But there was a couple days where I was not getting the host post up that I needed. And man, I got the host post up that I needed, and I texted Emily and I was like, Emily, I got my 10 host posts up, and then I got 13 host posts up that day. I was so freaking pumped. And it was because I messaged one extra person, and that was all those host posts came from one person. And so like it goes right along with what Emily was saying. And before I hand it over to Grace here, the other thing that goes along with discipline is like you don't have to be feeling sick to, I guess, have discipline, if you want to word it like that. Because like I was sick actually almost 2 weeks before Emily with bronchitis, and it hit me hard. Then I finally started feeling better, and I was like, thank God, like I'm so glad I'm feeling better because it kind of kicks your butt. But then Friday and Saturday of this week, I had the worst headache I've ever had, honestly, in my entire life. And headaches, literally, I would have bronchitis 10 times over before I have a headache. Like, headaches knock me out worse than anything. Now, I did my stuff, but it was definitely like 5 minutes at a time sort of thing. Like, I was like, I can't be on my phone. I don't want, like, I literally covered my face. Like, I was just miserable. And I did not want to work. I did not want to work at all. I'll be straight up honest with you guys. I was like, I don't even want to text my team. I don't want to check in with people. I don't want to do host posts. I don't want to follow up. Like, I just wanted to lay in bed and do nothing. But I know what this business can do for me. I know what it has done for me. And I know what it's going to do for me. And I know that this is the last month to earn Christmas cash. So there was no way in heck that I was going to be ready to let a headache stop me from earning that. And so I want you guys to remember, you don't have to be sick, though. You could literally be having the worst day with your kid. Your mom or dad could have just yelled at you because you didn't clean up your room, or because you were supposed to be home at this time, or whatever. Or maybe your mother-in-law is driving you insane. Like you never know what like is happening, but you never know what's gonna happen. But it's still that choice to be disciplined in doing your tasks every day. And like I've talked with Grace a lot about this too. It's okay to have rough days. It's 100% okay. I'm sure that Emily is not working at her 100% right now because she's sick, but she's still getting her stuff done. It's just way, way, way scaled back. And I tell Grace the same thing. And so if you guys are struggling through that, whether it's sickness or whether it's working through a fight with your spouse or, something like that, take a little bit off your phone. Go do something that you like, whether that's walking outside. I know it's getting a little bit colder, whether that's watching a show, whether that's, I know like some people really like to clean, like whatever will bring you a little bit of joy or peace for that moment, do that and then come back to it. But I know Grace was going to talk, but I wanted, Grace, I want you to hit on your screen time thing and tell them about that. Because we're talking about treating it like a job, and it like definitely depending on what income you want this to bring in, obviously like do that. But Grace had a really good point about how long it takes in your screen time. So I want her to touch on that real quick.
So one day I got bored and I was scrolling through the settings on Facebook. It's okay, don't mind it. And I found the setting of like how you can figure out how much time you spend on Facebook. And I think I spent like 2 hours and 10 minutes on Facebook for the whole week. And I don't have my planner on me, but my planner was full. 1 second, I'll go get it. I'm all bundled up.
I promise it's worth it when she comes back. It was so good when she shared it.
This was my planner for the week. So it really doesn't take that long at all. Like you just have to be intentional.
But didn't you do the next week at only like an hour and a half or something?
Yeah, it was like
The
an
whole
hour
week,
and 57
and it was
minutes.
more full,
Let's
right?
see.
I thought that's what you had said.
No, it wasn't as full. This was the first week. And then the second week wasn't as full, but it was still being intentional.
Exactly. And I guess why I wanted you to share that, because I know you had something else to say about discipline, but I wanted you to share that because sometimes I think like people are like, oh, I'm on my phone for like 8 or 9 hours in the day and I'm not getting where I want to be. Well, then I think you're not being intentional and you're just scrolling. And that's why I wanted you to talk about that. So
Yeah,
before I go on.
for sure. But about discipline, I was listening to this podcast and they were talking about discipline. And discipline is very important. It is, but you have to find joy in your discipline or you're just going to be living a life you don't want to live. So like if messaging people isn't fun for you, make it fun. Like me and Isaiah were watching a movie earlier and I was like, okay, I have to send out these 30 messages and then I will watch this movie with you, but I cannot watch this movie until I send out those messages. And she goes, all right, I'm done. And I put my phone away. He's silly. And so you just like if listening to music or your podcast is your thing, you just have to do that and make it fun. If you have a family, involve your family in it if you can. But don't just get so caught up in the task that you don't want to do it. Make it fun so that you actually want to do it. That's all.
Yes, I love that. That's so true. Brooke, did you want to say anything else? Okay. Yes, that was so good. Thank you both for sharing about that. I think like what I was gonna say about that, pretty much kind of how Brooke touched about just, when you are giving yourself grace or you have those moments, if you're sick or your kids are sick or whatever the case may be, you're going through something, whatever, it's just nice to know that your business is still here and you just need to get back to your 100% or at least just know to make this a priority, because it can change your life. And also I lost my train of thought, but self-development every single day is really, really important. And I know like sometimes we don't always think that, or we think, I'll just do that tomorrow, no big deal. But really, it's a huge part of this business. Having your mindset right. I honestly have some girls on my team who I feel like if their mindset was better, if their mindset was stronger, I don't really know how to word it, but I've given them like podcasts and all the things, and I honestly feel like they would do so good at this if they just believed like in doing the self-development and to give it a shot. But some people just, I don't know, it's just hard to see, I guess, whenever you're starting out. But self-development is just so important. And I mean, I felt that whenever I started out, I thought no big deal, like, but now journaling, even like journaling every morning, writing my affirmations, literally it's just life-changing. And not only in your business, I feel like it can take you like so far in your business, but in life, it has helped me so much. And another thing like that this brings up to me, my mother-in-law, we were coming back from shopping today and getting groceries, and we were talking about like some jobs that I've applied for and some things that I've been doing, and she's just like, your business has really helped you along, like talking about like my growth and these interviews that I've had and these people that have given me job offers and things like that. She's just like, your business has really helped you. And I'm like, I just truly believe that. Like, it has helped me grow as a person and become so so much more confident than I ever was. I mean, I had like no confidence, honestly. So, I mean, I feel like I've come such a long way, but it's just like you have to believe that, it is important, and you have to believe in your self-development, and be disciplined. And when you do fall off, or if somebody's sick, whatever the case may be, jump back in, and just don't give up on yourself. That's the number one thing I'll say, is if you just don't give up on yourself and you keep going, you'll see the changes that it will make in your life, and in your business, and so many things. So let's see, let me check my notes. Also, if you struggle with like your time management, try time blocking. Make yourself notes, whatever is going to help you, or whatever you thrive at doing. Like if you're a list, if you like list, if you like to check things off, if you like a planner, plan out your day, and just know, like, stay on track with your schedule that you may be set. And time blocking can really help you, with time management. And also, something else I heard on a Zoom, I won't take credit for this, I think. I'm looking at my notes here from this Zoom, by the way. So also, someone said, do it for yourself, not just to check something off. And I feel like that's like, whenever they said that, I was like, that's really great. That's really good to hear. Like, whenever you're doing your task list, you don't just want to just keep doing it. You're going to experience burnout. You're going to experience not wanting to do it at all, because you think, I'm just going to check this off, but instead, if you find happiness and joy in doing it, just like Grace was saying and Brooke was saying, find the happiness in doing it, find something that brings you joy when doing it. Or like Grace had an example, say you're going to send out 30 messages, and then you'll watch that movie, and then you'll go whatever, fill in the blank, send your 30 messages, and then go do whatever it is you need to do. And one thing that I want to tell you about, something that I struggle with time management wise, is feeling like I always had to be on my phone. And Brooke truly helped me through that. In times in my business where I just felt like I was constantly always on my phone, I was like, I just don't understand. But remember to be so present with your family, because that's what we strive for in the business, the freedom of time, time with your family, more time with your family, because you don't have to go clock into a job. And if you are intentional with your work, if you're intentional with getting your tasks done, then just like Grace showed y'all, there's no reason why you can't be done in an hour or 2 hours a day, getting your tasks done, even if it's 30 minutes here, 15 minutes there, whatever you have to do. But one thing that I have found so helpful is getting up in the mornings, getting my stuff done. And that honestly, I feel like sets me up for success, because if I get up and when I'm having my coffee and I'm sitting there having quiet time, and then I get my tasks done, I just honestly feel like it's just a smooth day after that. Like, literally, it just makes me so happy, because I have worked my business and I have set that intentional time apart to do that and be fully committed to make it a priority, and then go about my day, and then clock into my job now that I have, or then I can be with my family 100% and be present. So I feel like that's so important. I feel like I'm leaving something out that I was gonna say, but it will probably come to my mind soon. So if you do have another job, like, wake up an hour earlier. You don't have to get up. So like Brooke has a time, she gets up at 4 or 4:30. I'm pretty sure it's 4. Okay, so I try to wake up between 4:30 as well. And it's something that we tried to like keep each other accountable doing. So, find an hour before work, or something that is good with your schedule. And also, if you're not a morning person, do your things in the evening. But to me, I get really like anxious if I try to wait until the very last like of my day. Like if I want to do it before bed and I'm like, I'm going to set up 2 hours, at the end of my day to sit down and work my business. For some of y'all, that might be great. You might enjoy that. But I would just cringe, honestly. I feel like I just love to go to bed early. So if I can go to bed early, then I'm going to go to bed. But I'd rather just get up early and do my tasks. But you have to find what works for you, and you have to find, you know, you just have to find what works for you when you're doing your business, honestly. And just remember to be disciplined, make it a priority. Okay, so I don't think I left anything off now. Is there anything else, Brooke, that you want to share? Or Grace, did you have anything else you wanted to add? Let me
Nothing
know.
to add. Just make sure that you guys saw that the opportunity live is live on Morgan's page, and make sure you share it. But otherwise, that's all. You said everything else that I would have said.
Thank you. Yes. So, if you guys are ever going through something though, I strongly do encourage you to journal, write your affirmations, and also find yourself like an accountability partner. I can never say that without struggling. Find yourself a partner that y'all can stick together and say, you hold me accountable for this, or hold me accountable for waking up an hour earlier, or whatever the case may be. If you need that for yourself, then that's a great thing to have, a great resource to have. And always showing up for your business. You want to show up to go up. So any Zooms that we have, the Sunday team Zooms and then the Monday ones are so important. And if you can utilize power hours, those are great as well. Sometimes they're at times that people can't be on them, but make your own power hour and just commit to your own power hour if you can do that. And if you need podcast recommendations or anything like that for self-development, let me know. You can look on like a podcast, and Jay Shetty has a lot. Real Talk Kim, I know Carly loves Real Talk Kim. She recommended her one time to me. I think she was listening to a really good one and she sent it to me, and I've listened to her now. There's so many different ones. Yes, Patrice Washington. So if y'all need recommendations on anything, reach out to your upline or one of us. I don't mind to help you, look for something if you need something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and stop there.